Hi team, Mike, All Fellas Travels. Well, I'm pretty close to hitting the goldfields. I think, I said I was going to be up there in about a week, but the temperatures got pretty wild up there, and they've got a week of, I think the coolest day this week in Leonora is 41. But I'll just double check and see if they've changed the last couple of days, because I was going to be up there on Monday, but hooly dooly, she got hot. So I'll just have a quick look at the Leonora temperatures for this week. 44 there today, where that's brutal. 44 tomorrow, 44 Thursday, 45 Friday, 46 Saturday, 42, then 37, 38, 30. So come Monday, they got a 38 forecast for Monday, then a 37, 36, 41 to 34, but there's only one day that's over 38 forecast for the next, right up until the 19th of Feb. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. I've always said I'm going to do a review on the Bluetti. So there's two things I want to talk about, because the Bluetti is, it's a bit of a charging bay for me, to a degree. You know, I run my Starlink off it. I'd really like one a bit bigger. This one's a bit too small. I'd like something I could run Starlink, you know, most of the night on, or at least, you know, until 10 o'clock at night. You know, that'd be ideal. But this is just a little, this is the little one, the EB3A. It's been out a while now. You know, a lot of people are in love with the Bluettis. I see so many reviews, and they, you know, they say how good they are and that. Unfortunately, I haven't had a fantastic run. Probably 18 months ago when I bought the first one, it was about a month, and it completely died. It wouldn't charge at all or turn on. So I sent it back, and their warranty service can be a little bit of a challenge, but it works okay, and they do honour their warranty. So the first one died, I sent it in, but you have to go through a number of processes. Got to take a video of what's wrong with it and show, you know, what it doesn't do, and they ask you to video, in my case, charging from 240 and charging from 12 volt or whatever. None of that worked. It's a bit hard because you're limited on how large the video is that you can send in, so you've got to really be sharp and to the point. But you do your application for warranty, you send the video in, it goes in, they react fairly quickly. It's not a bad service. They don't leave you hanging, and they certainly honour their warranty. So they went back, I got another one, and the one that came out had almost the same issue. I can't remember now, I'm trying to remember, because this is the third one in the you know, within 12 months, and I think it wouldn't charge from 240 or something. There was something, but regardless, they had a very similar issue. Went through the process again. Now, that second warranty claim I found a little bit more frustrating, because they asked me to do some of my own diagnostics. They asked me to test voltage levels. Look, I know how to do that, but the fact that they're asking people to carry out procedures that they should be doing, I don't know whether this particular guy I was dealing with, but I found a little bit over the top. I was a little bit annoyed, but I didn't take it out on the messenger. And at the end of the day, the second one went back. So I sent it back. I mentioned then that that was when I was heading back to the goldfields in October. I'd sort of started coming right, and I was going to have a last final crack in the goldfields for 2024. See if I can pull a bit of gold out of the ground, which I did. So I did mention with that last one, I said, look, I'm heading off in 3 weeks. I really need this, because, you know, it is kind of important for charging my gear, my detector. And they told me it wouldn't be a problem, but I didn't hear from them for a little bit. And so I got onto them, and fair enough, they sent an express one out, and they shipped one out straight away. So I got this one here, and I'm thinking, you know, I must have just been unlucky. And in fairness, you know, in their defence, I had the older blue one for maybe 3 years and it never missed a beat, but it wasn't the remote one. Consequently upgraded to this one because I wanted some remote access, and I think there was something different about this one too. I think this one might have had the faster charging, the high speed charging. I'll get the third one back. I have a definite lack of confidence, and I'm thinking that maybe it's just this model that they didn't get quite right. You know, maybe the bigger models, you know, they did okay. Now what I've just found with this one in the last week, because I've put solar on the camper now, I'm not using the blanket anymore. And this takes a bit of charging, so when you're not charging off 240 volt, and I normally have it plugged into my cigarette lighter in the car when I'm travelling, and it keeps it charged pretty well. I thought, now I've got you know, fixed solar on the camper, why don't I just put my solar panel out? I thought I could lay that out with a bit of a cable. This could sit as my charging station, and I could keep it charged with solar during the day. So I thought I'll give it a test yesterday. I'll give it a test and let's see how long it takes. I'll run it down to about 50%, which is generally about where it's at by the next morning. I'll put it in the shade, I'll run the solar panel out, and I'll see how long it takes to get it back to 100%. So I do that, waiting. But as far as I'm aware, and you know, this is meant to be an MPPT input for, you know, an unregulated solar panel. The solar panel is within the specifications of the wattage and voltage and everything that this is meant to take. And I've tried, I have tried a different solar panel on it. So I've tried 2 solar panels on this, and neither of them will charge. So this won't charge off solar for some reason. Now one particular fella said that he found that until it got over 4 amps of solar, it wouldn't start charging. And then once it did get over 4 amps, it could drop back down to 3 or 2 amps and it continued to charge. He seemed to think that was a caveat for getting his to work. I certainly would have been generating 4 amps on, you know, today. So that wasn't the problem. But I have seen other people saying that they haven't been able to get it to charge from solar. So it's my third Bluetti in probably 18 months. I've only had this one maybe 6 months. It's hardly been used. Only that last trip. I'm not in a position to go just walk out and buy another one, so it's going to have to do. So that's a fairly long story on my experience as far as warranty repair and how they have performed for me. So let me talk about the Bluetti itself. Look, I really do like them. You know, I like the design. They're nice, they're compact, they feel really robust. They've got a good handle, although in the goldfields when you start getting a bit of, you know, rocky dust and that around, this handle can get a bit stiff. They're fairly quiet. It's nowhere near as noisy as what my last one was. Got a good display, and as far as I'm concerned, the display works pretty well. So the functionality is pretty good. You know, the display is pretty good. They're compact. They're fairly streamlined. Nothing sort of sticks out. They're robust as far as I feel. You know, they feel good and solid. So I think overall, if you get a good one, and it seems to me most people do, but it seems overall, you know, they're not a bad unit. So there's a couple of things on the Bluetti that, for me anyway, I suppose it's just a personal thing, but so they have this, I think it's a long press that they've got on these where, you know, if you just press the button, sometimes they come on, but let's try this one here. So here's the, you know, the inverter, 240 volt outlet. Press the button, it comes on. Press the button, it goes off. Press that button, it goes off. But sometimes, and we'll try the light now. So you can see what's happening now is I have this problem with the other buttons sometimes. It doesn't seem to recognise the button push, so now it's fine. But initially, you know, I'll press it once, doesn't come on. Press it again, it's come on. Press it again, it gets a little bit brighter. press it again and it's flashing, press it again, turns off. But you can see the cycle before, it didn't do that. And we'll try this with the inverter again. So press the button for the inverter, press it, doesn't come on. Press it again, comes on, press it again, doesn't go off, press it again, it goes off. We'll try this button over here again. So it might be a long press thing maybe, you know. That's come on straight away. Press it again, it's gone off. So that button now is working, you know, perfectly fine. So I don't know what it is with the button. See, press that button, didn't come on, comes on, press it off, goes off, working fine now. Press that button once, didn't come on, press it again, didn't come on, press it again, comes on. Press it, goes up higher. It should have got brighter again. Oh, sorry, it's gone to flash mode, so the button did work. Press again, it's gone off. So there seems to be, and I don't know whether it's just me, the way I'm using it, maybe, do they need a long press? But I'm holding that button in, and it hasn't even come on. Press the button, hasn't come on. Press the button, it's come on. Press the button, it's gone off. I find sometimes to turn those on, I have to press that button 3 or 4 times. I don't know whether, you know, I'm not doing something right. I had a quick glance at the manual, and I'm not very good with manuals, admittedly, but nothing slapped me in the face to say, you know, there's a specific way you need to use those buttons. So because of the way those buttons tend to function, I tend to do everything on my phone. But to the credit, you know, of the unit, when the different charging points are turned on, they work fine. Remembering that the solar won't work. 240 charges fine on this one. It charges fine from the cigarette mount in the vehicle. Okay, so the other thing feature that I like the idea of, but I don't think it works particularly well. I think they need to improve or broaden the base for the wireless charging, because from memory you've got to have this turned on for it to work. Oh look, I'll press the button, the screen's come on, but nothing. You know, maybe if the screen's not on, the buttons don't work, but my preference would be just to be able to press the button once regardless. So it's turned on, so I'll plonk my phone on there and I'll push it across, and it's pretty much centred and it hasn't picked up the charging yet. I'll swing it around a little bit. I'll bring it back. Yeah, it doesn't seem to pick up the, there it is, picked up now, but it seems to be quite sensitive. Now you might say, but you've got a case on, but I've got the quad lock case, and on other wireless charging ports, I don't have that problem. So I find that I really you have to get that in, you have to get it right in, you know, like there's a position. And if I'm putting it on charge at night, I'm using this, I'll often feel for the edge. I'll run my finger around the edge, and so I can feel where I have to start, because you don't have to be far off and it doesn't charge. I suppose you could say that, you know, that's fair enough, that's the charging area, but it's a little bit precise as far as I'm concerned, and only because I've been used to my other wireless charging points, and they're not that accurate. You know, you can sort of pretty much just come in and just throw it on and away it'll go, and Murphy's Law, it's just happened to land on the right space. So I'd like to see this area improved a little bit. I mean, it's a good feature. When it connects for charging, it works really well. I mean, maybe I'm just being a bit particular, guys, but if I am, the only reason for that is because it hasn't quite lived up to my expectations of what I've, you know, had with other units of similar function. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think they're a good unit. I could be unlucky. This is just my own personal experience and how it's gone for me. It's a shame that you can't take these to a repair shop or to a dealer that does sell Bluettis that's close and do a one-for-one swap. So there you go. You know, that's a bit of a review on the Bluetti. You know, my experience. They are a nice light unit. They're very handy. You know, I think this is the way the future's going. This is how we're going to be. You know, solar generators, so to speak. You know, I think eventually I'll end up with a bigger unit and a couple 100 watt of solar panel hanging off it, and I'll use that as my charging station. So I'd really like to give this a really good rap, but unfortunately I can't, guys. Just be mindful. I mean, it's dangerous days these days, you know, doing reviews, but it's got to be an honest review. I bought this myself, you know, it wasn't gifted or anything. You know, I'm perfectly truthful with the experience I've had with this, and I'd like it to be a better review, but as much as I'll keep using this until it dies, I'm not 100% certain if I'm going to buy another one, or when it comes time to upgrade, I'm not certain if I'm going to buy another Bluetti. Alright team, it's a bit of a bummer, isn't it? A bit of a downer. You know, I'm not comfortable giving a review on something that that I like but hasn't performed, you know, to expectations. Don't take everything I say as gospel, guys. Don't walk away and go, Bluetti is shit. I don't believe that's the case. I think I've just maybe been unfortunate. So if you are thinking about Bluetti, my suggestion is jump on YouTube, whack it for reviews on the EB3A, if it's still a current model even, and see what other people have got to say. Alright, that's it. That's my review on the Bluetti, what is it? EB3A. So stay tuned. We're nearly back in the goldfields. If you haven't already, subscribe, tick that notification box so you get all notifications, because there's going to be some cracker stuff coming up. This is the old fella signing out. Woo. Yeah, mate.